Coming to you live here on Fisherman Island, right off the port of Brisbane, Australia. We're here today with the last of the Open Qualifinals, the final one, and by one, I mean one spot remaining in this Open Qualifier to go into tomorrow's closed qualifiers. I'm, of course, Yakuzaku of the Zaku, and with me today is El Fabricante de Internacional que puede o no haber jugado para los LA Lakers. Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
Was that LA Lakers at the end?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Well, what's up, Yaku?
I just needed a rhyme for T-Maker.
He's shaking my head. What's up, Yaku? We're here with, as you said, the final qualifier. Out of all the open qualifiers out there from all the regions, we are here, and only one.
We're on the home stretch.
There can be only one, mate. One player out of all of the players who have signed up, who have checked in today, will qualify.
That it will be just one overall, and only a single best of 5 at the end as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be cutthroat today. So we're starting things off with something that will still be as cutthroat, let's be honest. Here on 2000 Atmospheres LE, we're in the top right-hand corner of the map, running all the way to the top right-hand corner. We have the blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Australia. Gonna be currently teamless, but still repping his boys at OCE, OSC. He is Vivid.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Bangladeshi Terran player, someone who we have casted many times. I say we, really, I mean Steel Mold, as this player has played a lot in our amateur events. He is nobody.
He's someone to us.
He is. He is someone to us, someone dear to our hearts. Not to Vivid's though, mate. He just doesn't even care, mate.
He just no respect.
Oh my.
Zero.
I like how nobody was he was on his knees in the chat. He was like, please, puppy, make it quick. You know, I'm going to die. And then Vivid just goes for a proxy hatch, mate. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, he's giving nobody his wish in a sense.
In a way. Oh my god. So again, you know, there are a couple of good matchups in the first round, but exclamation mark Funada, Piglet, for example. Piglet, he is not here at the moment, so you know, to start the stream as soon as possible, we went for a different series instead. Exclamation mark B in the chat, by the way, if you want to have a look at the bracket, if you want to have a look at all the first round 1 matches, and well boy, it's again a lot of big names, a lot of returning players.
Yeah. Already it's starting to be a little bit spicy just in the first round. The second round is what I think most of us are going to be looking at. You can really just throw a dart and you'll have your pick of juicy matchups. And speaking of juicy matchups, interesting that nobody is taking the more cautious approach with this defense, building the bunker on the high ground instead of right next to the hatchery, but it will give him some additional vision. It will keep him a little bit more safe. It's going to be harder for the spine crawler to really hit that.
Yeah, definitely. And the problem is that, like, the spine crawler, it's going to finish. Unfortunately, nobody doesn't see it. He doesn't have the vision. He doesn't know that, hey, I should probably be prioritizing something else here. So the spine will complete. The queen even threw down a creep tumor, so there will be creep regardless. And now the lings are coming in, going to try and get us around on the marines. Oh.
Yeah, thankfully the wall is a wall, despite what it may seem. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate he wasn't able to get the hatchery either. Honestly, I feel like that was kind of part of Vivid's plan. Let the hatchery go down and then fight with the lings and the brootlings. Ooh. This is a pretty big risk, but he does want to clear out the spine crawler as much as he can.
Oh my god, but unfortunately the spine is rooted. The lings are here to protect said spine, and this is getting from bad to worse, man.
Yeah, now the Overlord's in position, providing that high ground vision. It's really not a lot that nobody can do for this scenario. He is getting a tank out, though, which is going to provide him such an incredible range to eventually clear this out. But Vivid is already thinking to his next step. The natural base of Vivid has been taken, in addition to nobody's natural.
Yeah,
he has both of them.
Vivid up on 3 bases. He also has
Kappa.
links. He has link speed as well. So if the bunker did go down, then he would just rush in with his lings. Meanwhile, finally a bunker comes out, and with this bunker, Vivid, he should slowly be able to push away this spine crawler.
Yeah, gives him a little bit of breathing room here. He's actually going for a double factory light instead of a 1-1-1.
Oh no! Oh no!
Interesting. Ooh, could have been disastrous, but thankfully he does avert the attention of the Marines away. The hatchery will be dealt with, but not before Vivid buys himself a ton of time to get his own economy set up to throw down some creep tumors, make it even more annoying for nobody to expand with his CC.
Yeah, like the creep spread so far, this game is gonna be insane, right? Like it's already.
Oh no!
Oh god!
On the open.
Oh god, the Marines, they almost got surrounded. Like the tank will get surrounded as well. Yo, now is the time for Vivid to just pounce on this army, but instead he doesn't go for it. A reminder: Vivid sees everything because of the creep. It's
Yeah, the tumors are providing him plenty of vision. Oh, there's one creep tumor. Okay, he does see it. That was almost perfectly camouflaged, but scan runs out. Unlucky. Well, that shouldn't block the natural, but again, it will still provide Vivid a ton of vision. These Marines are so exposed and do get surrounded. Tank!
The tank is exposed. It's gonna go down as well. Oh my god. And this is one of those things
He's
where
still alive.
He is still alive, and he will eventually expand from here, right? He will eventually clean all of this up. I say eventually because he does need to spend another another scan here to clean this up.
Oh.
Yeah, and this...
I underestimated the range of creep spread from single tumor.
Yeah. Yeah. This is after a nerf, by the way. If you recall.
So what you're saying is we need to creep. We need to nerf creep even more.
Can the CC land at all? Like
it can't. It can in between.
Okay,
and there will be enough energy on that one orbital command to throw down the scan.
Yeah. That's exactly what nobody's gonna do. Meanwhile, the scary thing about this is that Vivid, he's getting close to like spreading the creep halfway across the map.
It's gonna connect. The creep bridges from both ends of the map are eventually gonna connect, and it's really not gonna take Vivid a lot to move across the map with his roaches and banelings.
Exactly. Like things aren't looking good here. But again, at least nobody. He is finally establishing his natural base. I was also curious as well when it came to the second factory. I was like, what is the plan here exactly? Okay, but we do see it isn't a change into mech, as Stim is still being researched.
That's a very early second factory then.
Oh yeah, it is. Definitely is.
Definitely want to reserve that for later on in the game when the Terran player gets at least a third base up and running. Now, double tech production is terrifying for Zerg, especially when you're going for roaches like Vivid is. Unfortunately, nobody doesn't quite have the economy to sustain that production.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have the economy, doesn't have the supply either. There we go, is forced to call down one on-set supply depot. But yeah, I mean, things are slowly looking up here, I guess, for nobody when it comes to saturating his natural base. But as all this has been happening, Vivid has been taking up, right? Like, he's got a Roach Warren, he's working on 1-1 upgrades, he's working on his lair. Well, the lair is already done, even. So right now, we're just waiting for Vivid to just kind of finish up droning, which he has done, focus on his army, which is he's currently doing, and just send it, mate.
Honestly, yeah. He knows how far ahead he is. He can afford to take risks like this, even despite nobody's tank count. Vivid will still have to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to completely throw away his army here and give nobody an opportunity to counterattack and maybe take out a base, but just looking at the math and the supplies, it is looking so far in favor of a blue Zerg player.
That it is. Meanwhile, oh my god, there's nothing protecting the tanks, so the battles do connect. One of the tanks does go down.
But he still has a pretty healthy tank count, I suppose.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit better, but Vivid's just overwhelming.
Yeah, he's just overwhelming him. The Ling Bane is rushing on forward. The Banelings do find their connections, and all the Marines go down. Only one tank never mind. 0 tanks are remaining. And GG gets called, mate.
GG indeed. Vivid takes game number 1 in 2 minutes. No, I'm kidding. The game was not over after that proxy hatch. Let's be fair, but yeah, nobody unfortunately, I think, was thinking a little too far ahead for at least when it comes to his economy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the proxy was in his face. You know, not further on down the line. So, yeah, a very unfortunate start for nobody. But of course, he does still have a chance to bring it back. You know, this is a best of 3 that is going on here.
Indeed, it is. There will be at least one more game after this, and at most, hopefully anyway, 2 more games after this. 3 games in total. That's where I was going for.
Boy, oh boy. As it looks like we're getting, we are getting ready. We are going to be remaking. We are changing the server as it stands. Meanwhile, look, I have a question for you, Yaku, right? Because we just like dove straight into the first game. What is the story behind your outfit today?
This is weekend, Yaku.
What does that mean?
I'm going for comfort here.
Okay. This is what Yaku wears, you know, when he wants to relax, you know, maybe walk down to the golf course, right?
Walk down the no, not boulevard. What's the term I'm thinking of here?
You know, just like walk
meet
the cat.
The boys.
Meet the vodka. Meet the boys.
More vodka.
Oh god.
And we squat down at the park.
Jesus Christ. Oh boy. And yeah, okay. I guess that's all the explanation we're gonna get there for that one.
Well, also the explanation for the hat is, well, we're casting Vivid, so I just like, you know what? I wasn't gonna put the duck on, but Vivid, he has a lot of duck hats.
He does.
I need to be similar and wear a hat with a duck.
That's something where, like, I need to message Vivid. For those wondering, for those watching right now who are like, who the hell is Vivid? Who is this guy? I mean, he's an Australian player. He also streams quite often on his own channel. He's a great streamer. He's a great guy, residing in Sydney. And you can redeem channel points and force him to wear either one hat or many.
That is part of that hat bomb. Don't do it in the summertime, though. It's getting hot in Australia.
It's okay. It's winter right now. It's fine.
Ooh, okay, you can get away with it. And speaking of getting away with it, we are now on Oxide LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have a Blues player coming out from the land of Sydney. He is currently teamless, but repping his boys over at OSC. He is the #1 piano man AU. He is Vivid.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide ALE, we have the Red Terran player from the land of Bangladesh looking to make a name for himself. But for now, he is nobody. Oh god, it's happening again.
I want him to like, oh man. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fortunately, I'm a little bit worried as to how nobody would react. That's a CC before Rax!
Oh my god! I like how
the balls on this man.
He's lost his mind. He didn't even scout the proxy, by the way. He doesn't even know. Oh my god.
I love it. I don't think it's gonna work out too well for him, but I still love it. And he pulls away from the back. He's getting a wall up. He's getting a wall up.
Yeah, he's crazy.
That's gonna help.
What do you mean it's gonna help?
Well, it's gonna help because Lings are gonna have a little bit of a tougher time getting in from there.
It's a hatch gas pool, mate. Oh my god, this man, I love him. I'm
getting ready to throw out all my notes from all of the coaching I've ever had and just write a new book.
You know what?
Learn from a master.
Nobody reminds me of Yakuzaku from 2016. Oh my god, what?
He can't? Well, he's gonna build a bunker though. Yeah, he's gonna build a bunker. You need a rack to build a bunker, so yeah.
Okay, this makes sense.
So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows. So for those wondering, what the hell do I mean? Yakuzaku 2016? This was a Yakuzaku who went for an NG Bay racks into NG Bay before barracks, mate.
I would get +1 before I get an add-on.
I like how you remember that.
Yeah.
God damn.
It was great. That was my signature. People were comparing me to Hero Marine.
Oh boy.
I was in Silver League, by the way.
This is also Gabe before he was Big Gabe as well.
It was, yeah, true. He used to do a lot of that.
Meanwhile, Spine is done. We do have a second Rex behind this, so we're gonna have plenty of Marines to work with, but
not a bunker for any time soon.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting that second factory again, by the way. Oh my god.
Well, if he survives, he's gonna have mules, so
he will.
He'll have minerals, but yeah, the gas count is gonna be low for a long time. It is not exactly the most efficient builds for Terran.
Yeah, unfortunately, with one basic economy and with only 2 gases, like, it is really difficult to sustain that kind of production. But I mean, you know, he's here and he's definitely trying. Working on a much faster stim compared to the previous game, but he just doesn't have a lot of Marines to work with. And I worry that Vivid could try and you know, bust in a little bit more prematurely. But I say that he's running up.
Yeah. This is Vivid we're talking about, one of the most mellow players out there. He knows exactly how to chill and not play overly aggressive.
Exactly. And finally, what I will say is that the tank count has come out with this. Yo, the Spine goes down.
Popped like a pimple or a balloon.
Exactly. And no, but he's gonna finally, like, you know, slowly reclaim his base. But again, like, look at all these creep tumors. This is disgusting, mate. Oh my god.
Really is. I need to do the math on this, but I believe there's more health on the collective amount of creep tumors than damage per second nobody has right now.
I think you're correct on that one. Oh boy. So yeah, it will take quite a while for that. I also wonder, like, if he has like a follow-up plan here, because he has actually avoided his starports. I was thinking, like, maybe after he cleans things up, maybe he would go for something like a drop, send it across the map, and maybe try and deal some equalizing damage. But again, he doesn't have a starport. He has a lot of Raxes to work with. I guess he could still try and go for some kind of sim push, I guess.
Yeah, Sim has finished up, throwing out an eBay, and starport after this will get him on the right track. It shouldn't take too long either. Or he could just go without his infantry upgrades. He just go for stim timing.
He could. He 100% could. I mean, with 3 tanks, like, honestly, it would hit pretty hard. Like,
that's
nobody.
A Reaper?
And nobody he has like a really massive army advantage right now, because Vivid's been so greedy, droning up and teching up and getting a lair and all these upgrades. Like, honestly, if nobody did send everything across the map, like, he would have a shot.
He would get damage, yeah. Could at the very least take out one of these bases. The third base is looking mighty exposed. But keep in mind, Vivid has a lot of vision on the map. Even if nobody went for a push like that, he'd be able to see it. He'd be able to get ready for it way before it hits.
He would. But, like, the big difference here is that... I don't know. I was gonna.
We're really reaching here.
I was gonna say, like, but this time nobody isn't looking to, like, expand, so maybe he can go for like a 1 base all in. But never mind. Instead, he just takes the 3rd base location instead of the natural, just because of all that creep.
Yeah, keep in mind, he did get that CC before anything else.
So, yeah,
he needs to make use of it.
I forgot about that. I wiped that from my memory, mate. I purged that, mate. Like many things that you do. I just... Oh, God.
I'm used to it, but now, getting the E-base, I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
But again, on 2 bases, it's... gonna be very tricky for him to have enough of an economy to really get the upgrades to the production that he needs. Would have probably been more effective if, as you said, he tried to deal some damage across the map before getting all of these production buildings.
Exactly. Like, again, like, all his gas is going into these 2 factories, right? Because he has these tanks on the way, and as a result, he can't really afford his upgrades. Meanwhile, the Roach Ravager is hitting his natural.
Does nobody just really like even numbers? Because that's 2 starports.
It is. Look, it's neat. Okay, it's like
it's consistent, you know.
It's uniform, you know.
Yeah.
2-2-2.
Yeah, you know, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Or 4-2-2.
Oh yeah, because that's like 4 is a multiple of 2.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah.
Really, it should be 6-4-2.
Makes it easier on bookkeeping. It yeah. Because that's 2 times 2 plus 2.
Oh god. Meanwhile,
but Vivid is about to hit with a lot more than 2 units.
But yo, shout out to nobody because of the sheer amount of tanks that he has. When Vivid got anywhere close, just all the lings and even the first line of Ravagers were just evaporated, mate.
And this is actually starting to hit Vivid a little bit in the pride. He wants to be able to break at least something, take out at least one of the tanks. He's being very active containing nobody with his Ravagers, but he's not neglecting the next step. He's already thinking ahead. He's getting another expansion. No, actually, I think that's a macro hatch. Regardless, he's getting Aspire.
That he is. He wants to end this in style if the game goes that long. If it goes that long, I should say, because these Ravagers are still dealing damage, right? They're picking off a couple of tanks here and there with their biles. You know, the bunker is next. A couple more. There are not enough SCVs here to keep it alive as it does go down.
Yeah, the tank count is still very threatening, though, and it's really going to prevent Vivid from pushing on through with his Ravages, but 5 units on the way.
Yeah.
And that's a very bloody Marine count.
Exactly. The problem is that he just doesn't really have too many medevacs right now to keep said Marines alive, and they just keep on stimming. So over time, they're just hurting themselves. Meanwhile, sure, there are eBays, but there are no missile turrets at the moment to help protect his mineral line or his production. And that Marine count is getting thinned out.
Very much so. Every time he moves down this ramp, it is getting tougher and tougher. A ton of lings come in, jumping on top of the tanks and providing a little bit of friendly fire on the bio as well. Oh, over-biling there a little bit, Vivid.
Yeah, just a little bit, but you know what? We were talking about them and the mutas. They show up in the main base. There is nothing to threaten them. They take out a bunch of SCVs. Meanwhile, the Marines are trying to respond, but again, there aren't that many Marines.
And there really are not. 1 Marine versus 1 Mutalist. I wonder who wins. Keep in mind the Marine has stim.
Yeah, and nice micro there, Vivid. He hasn't lost a single muta. He did basically clear out the entire mineral line. Now nobody is on less than 1 base economy at this point just because of how low his worker count is. And Vivid is getting ready to dive in once again. Like, honestly, he could just flood in with his lings because there isn't a lot here to protect the tanks.
Yeah, he's being almost a little overly cautious right now. There we go, pouncing right on top of those tanks. Nobody getting ready for a drop, but he needed to do that many minutes ago.
Exactly. GG gets called, and Vivid will take this first series 2-0.
My phone is connected to my earbuds again. GG is called. Vivid takes about the expected win. I think most of us knew that nobody was going to be the underdog going into the tournament. It's based on things like leagues and whatnot, but he gave us something to talk about, and that is something you always got to appreciate as a viewer and as a caster.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, massive shout out to nobody again. It's one of those things where I would love to see a little bit more participation from like the amateur scene, right? Like, you know, sure, he's a diamond player, but like, again, these are open to anyone from the region, and he's here to represent, to be a part of the community. We were talking about it. Nobody, he signs up for amateur events, and hey, he want to be a part of this open sign
and
up
as
as
many
well.
of them as he can as well. Really, he plays pretty consistently in our own events, Sea Duckling Open and Master Swan Open. I've seen him a couple of times in Drunk Canadian Cup as well. Whenever he has time, it really seems like he is just trying to be as active as he can, trying to be a part of our community. And as a wise man once said, if you have no community, you don't have a community.
Who said that?
I'm trying to remember.
You're not wrong.
Soviet.
No, if you don't have a community, mate, you don't got a community, mate. You're not wrong. That's facts. That's logic.
You need people in your community.
Yeah, there you go. Jesus Christ. Well, with that, Vivid does move on to the next round, and mate, his opponent is ready and waiting for him.
I think it was the one after Stalin that said that.
Hey, what is wrong with you? what is wrong with you, mate? Oh, God.
We are going to be continuing our tournament, yes, as Light said, and there were a number of reasons why we decided to go for Vivid versus Nobody, but this is one of the biggest reasons, I think. We saw how the series would pan out. We saw that the winner of this would go up against our very own King of Brisbane, Oreo.
Boom, there it is. Our ZvZ is next, and Oreo and Vivid, they've faced each other before in ANZ Champs, if you did tune into that. I don't believe that got casted on the mainstream. I believe that was one of the matches that happened off stream. But yeah, it's great to see these two face off once again. Of course, we gotta be here for our boy Oreo.